Caring course design begins with intentionality. The way we structure our courses communicates a great deal to our students. Course organization, expectations, accessibility, and flexibility all shape how students experience learning. Thoughtful course design communicates care. It helps students feel supported, capable, and prepared to engage with the learning experience. Empathy and pedagogies of care begin with empathy. Empathy asks us to see our students as whole people. Our students arrive with responsibilities, experiences, and challenges that extend beyond the classroom. When empathy shapes the way we design and teach our courses, we begin practicing what scholars call a pedagogy of care. A pedagogy of care means intentionally building care, human connection, and support into every layer of a course. It influences how we communicate expectations, structure learning experiences, and interact with our students throughout the semester. In practice, a pedagogy of care can show up in small but meaningful ways. It might be reflected in the tone of your syllabus, the language you use when communicating expectations, or a brief message during a particularly stressful week to check in with students. These small choices help create a learning environment where students feel supported and valued. Another important element of caring course design is universal design for learning, often referred to as UDL. UDL encourages instructors to design courses from the beginning for the widest possible range of learners. Accessible course design ensures that course materials can be used and understood by all students. In practice, this might include offering multiple ways for students to demonstrate what they have learned. For example, students might choose between writing a paper, recording a presentation, or sharing their understanding through another format. Accessibility also includes practical steps such as adding alt text to images, using heading styles in documents, and including captions in recording lectures or presentations. Instructors can also enable live closed captioning in PowerPoints when giving lectures so students can follow along more easily. These practices help ensure that course materials can be interpreted and used by all students. Flexible design builds intentional choice into a course. Flexibility does not mean lowering expectations, but rather it means recognizing that students bring different schedules, responsibilities, and experiences into the classroom. In practice, flexibility might include offering a menu of assignment topics rather than a single prescribed prompt so students can connect course material to issues that matter to them. Thoughtful flexibility allows instructors to maintain strong academic standards while supporting students' varied circumstances. Inclusive pedagogy focuses on creating learning environments where every student feels valued and capable of success. One approach is diversifying course readings to include scholars and perspectives from a variety of backgrounds and lived experiences. Another strategy is structuring classroom discussion so that more students have space to participate. For example, think pair, share, or smaller group discussions allow quieter students time to process their ideas before speaking to the entire class. Small design decisions like these help create more inclusive learning environments. Trauma-informed pedagogy prioritizes safety, trust, and transparency. This approach does not require instructors to take on roles outside of teaching, but rather it encourages thoughtful communication, transparency, and clarity in how courses are structured. For example, clearly communicating what content will be covered before a class allows students to prepare for potentially difficult topics. Instructors might also offer different ways for students to engage with challenging material, such as allowing written responses alongside verbal discussion, so students can participate in ways that feel manageable. The Student Experience Project is a national research initiative demonstrating that everyday teaching practices directly influence whether students feel that they belong. One powerful practice is offering feedback that communicates belief in students' abilities to meet high expectations. Affirming feedback encourages students to continue engaging and growing rather than focusing only on mistakes. When students feel that their instructor believes in their potential, motivation and persistence often increase. Finally, reflective teaching helps bring these ideas together. Reflective teaching involves regularly examining what is working in a course, what is not, and why. For example, collecting mid-semester feedback from students can provide valuable insight while the semester is still in progress. Instructors might also take a few minutes after a class session to jot down what they would adjust next time. These small reflections can turn everyday teaching experiences into opportunities for growth. Caring course design is what happens when empathy, accessibility, flexibility, inclusion, and reflection work together. You do not have to implement everything at once. Even one thoughtful change can make a meaningful difference in how students experience learning. This video was created for Carolina 2026, a week-long celebration of empathy and care that encourages our campus community to reflect on how thoughtful teaching practices and course design can support student success and create learning environments where every student feels valued.